Hey guys, welcome back to our Jack tutorial series. So we've lately been learning a lot about the various functions within Jack, but today I think we can go back into doing some more advanced geometry. So let's see what we can do today. So what I want to show you how to do is how to make a curved hallway, and it's actually not that difficult. Let's start by cutting a hole in this wall with the carve tool. And then we can start our hallway coming through there. So I think that's good. Use the carve tool there. And let's lift this up a little bit. I think that's probably a good start. And let's see, what do we got with the floor? One big piece. I think we'll just pull this down here a little bit. Okay. So let's look at how we can make a wall that doesn't suck. Something that's not bland. So I'm going to go ahead and grab one of these tunnel walls here. And then something that we'll learn about. Let's go ahead and put it in here. Just drawing it. Okay. Alright. So let's look at the texture here. And this is going to be something that we can take note of here. So if I turn on the 3D grid and put the grid down a little bit, it's a little bit hard to see. Let me turn off this mask. But you'll notice that these grid lines almost fit perfectly with the texture. And the Valve developers did that on purpose. So what we can do is split this up a little bit. So let's look at it from the side view here. And I'm going to just basically chop this into pieces. And then let's change this top one here. So let's find another texture. And this is fine. Now right now I have texture lock off. So just keep that in mind. And I'm going to pull this in a little bit. Okay. And basically I'm going to separate these green parts out. Okay, and then from there I got these two green beams, and I can use the vertex manipulation. Just pull these over. There we go. And now we have something that's a little less boring. I can do something like that, right? Okay. And then let's group these together. Make it smaller so I can manage it a bit. Okay, and then I'm going to hit, it looks like create an associative group, so that just puts it up. So when I click back in, it's just one piece. Okay, that's what that does. Okay. Alright, now we want to make a curved hallway. So a good way to do that, let me grab a bright color here. Can be anything. How about this yellow? And I'm basically going to make a guide for myself. So I'm going to take cylinder and let's say 32 faces. And let's enhance the grid a little bit. And basically, let me come over here and do something like that. Okay. So it's not going to be part of the map. It's just going to be a guide. And in fact, I think that might be too much. So let's put that down. Let's try 16. Okay, that's better. Alright. And I'm going to just carve this up like this. And I really just want to keep this corner. Okay. Alright, I'm going to stretch it up. And that's going to be my guide. So I'm going to stick it right here. Like that. And then copy. I'm going to make one for this side. And just stretch it up a little bit. And then what I'm going to do is make the walls, I'm going to make 8 walls that follow this curve. But let's just draw another line here because I can't tell by looking at it if this is spaced apart. And of course I forgot to select it back to block. Alright, I'm just creating another guide. Easier than counting the grids. Okay, alright, good. So just as I suspected, I need to pull this down just a little bit. Okay, cool. Alright. So I have one here, and I'm going to copy over here, but texture lock is off right now. And that's going to be the other side. So you can see I'm making one on each side. So I want to do, click this button here, flip horizontally. Okay, and then now I need to copy a couple more sets here. Oh, you know, one thing I want to do is I'm grabbing these cylinders. You can't see it because it's under the floor, so if I were to hide, you'd see it. Basically, I'm going to use vertex manipulation and move these vertices to the nearest grid point. That's going to make it easier. So let's close out of there, grab the other one, and do the same. Okay, just pull it to the nearest grid, and that should be fine. Alright, I'm going to hit this to bring my floor back. Alright, and then I can bring my 2 walls back. Oops. Bring my walls back. And then I'm going to make copy for this section. Make another copy. But this time, for these 2, I'm going to rotate them. So those will go here. And these will go, oops, forgot to hold shift. Okay, holding shift, I'm making a copy, and those will go right here. That's good for now. Okay, so I got these 2. And I'm going to move that one out of the way. But I'm going to pull it up to the size of this first cylinder face here. And then what I can do, I'm going to shear this one to the left. Shear this one to the left, just like that. For this one, I'll have to shrink it and shear. Okay, hopefully this is okay. Okay, pull this down and shear. Okay. And then I can do the same with these 2. Okay, shear up, stretch, shear. And then the last, I can do that with the last 2 as well. Okay. Oops. Looks like that one has to come in a bit. That. Okay, we want to stretch the last one. Sorry, I forgot what tool I'm using here. And then shear. Okay. Alright, so let's look how it is going to look when we take a, let's see here. When we take a look, how does it look when we take a look? So we have a gap here, and then we have these overlapping areas there. So for the overlap, let's hide that. Okay. Alright, so that's our point. So for these, we can just take the clipping tool and we're going to start from the center of the circle and go to that point and clip that edge off, and we'll do the same with this one. And clip that edge. So let's see how it looks. Perfect. And since we did some clipping, we're going to check for problems. No errors found. Wonderful. Okay. All right, for this one, it's going to be a little different. But basically, you see our center point are these X's here. So what I want to do is stretch it down so that our center overlaps. It's basically twice as long here. And then now I can slide this way. Okay. And we can clip here like that. And check for problems. Good. Let's do the same thing we did here. I'm gonna make it a little bit longer. About twice the size should do. And you see I have my center points lining up with this line, which means I'll be able to line it up with my guide when I shear it. Like that. Lines up perfectly. And then we'll clip from the center of our circle. Like that. Change the cut section. Like that. Okay. And now we can check for problems. No problems found. So now we have this cool curved hallway here. And then just to finish it up, we'll give it a ceiling. I'll just copy this one over. That. Okay, looks good. Oh, okay, I need to bring that down a little bit. I knew that. Alright, wonderful. And then we just need to close this off because we want to run the map and see how it looks. So just gonna randomly grab one of these big doors. Okay, that should work. And we can fit. Turn my mask back on and fit. And then we'll bring in some columns here. Go back to tunnel. Grab one of these. And I'll just stick them right here. That should do. How about that? Okay, one of those. I'm going to select this side of the column, and I'll fit that one. Copy over here to the other side of the door. And fit. And then I'll bring this over just to cover up that gap. Perfect. Okay, so that's good. I think we can just, maybe we could tidy up these bricks here if we wanted. Could do something like that. Maybe just, well. So with this, you have to bring that down, maybe like that, and then I can fit. All right, cool. Now I can stretch that back up. Okay. So I made the block smaller so that when I fit it, the top of the texture was there. And then we can probably put that one on this side. Again, I'm just working quick here so we can always come back and find better textures. Okay, and then let's pop in a few lights. So what we can do is maybe even grab this same fixture and light setup and bring it over here. Why the heck not? Okay, and maybe rotate like that. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and run it and see what I'm gonna save first. And compile. Okay, here we are in the starting room. We got our ramp from the last video. Oops. So I forgot to turn texture lock on with that light, but regardless of that, we have a pretty decent curved hallway. So with this knowledge, you can make maps that don't look bland. You can get creative. Alright, thanks for watching, everybody.